Hey Team Marcy T, it's Marcy again. Welcome to day 12 of the 30-day breakout. And today I'm going to talk with you guys about charting, which can be really scary. Honestly, it's not once you get the basics down. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of here's the basics. And of course, if you have specific questions or things like that, leave it in the comments below. Message your enroller, message your diamond upline, message me, whatever. Because a lot of times you work on specifics as you're growing your business. So I'm going to see the best way to hold this. Okay, so when you start out, your first goal is to be executive. And so this obviously would be you. When you sign a DT or you're lucky enough someone passes one along down to you, they come right here. And you would put Cindy. There's Cindy. And your goal is to get Cindy to 400 GV. So she's got 400 bonus volume underneath her. So that comes from her auto shipment order. That comes from her loyal customers or customers you might slide down to her. Your goal is to get her to 400. As soon as you get a distributor underneath you, you're going to be passing along any customers you get down to that distributor or whoever you have underneath you. It no longer does you good to keep them because your goal has changed once you have somebody underneath you to get them to 400. So you have Cindy over here and then you sign Karen. Karen becomes right here. Your goal is to get both of them to that 400 volume. As soon as you do that in a month, you're executive. Congratulations. We have these averages, like the executive average is 309 a month. You might not necessarily hit that number. It could be high, it could be low. It kind of depends on if the people under you are ones that you personally enrolled, were they given to you, and things like that. And of course, will fluctuate kind of with orders and stuff. But this is a base number, and sometimes it takes a couple months to average out to hit that number. So don't get upset or whatever. That's an average. We all know how averages work. Okay, so then after that's Ruby. And Ruby, once you know how a Ruby chart works, I don't know how to say here. Once you know how a Ruby chart works, you know how all of the other charts above work because it's just building rubies upon rubies because you always want to build a ruby. So the only thing, if you know how to build an executive, a ruby will have one executive. So maybe Cindy did really great and she put two people underneath her. So then they need to be to 400 to make her executive. And then you have Karen here and you signed your mom and she's here. They have to be to 400 as well. I should have wrote names on this. Cindy wouldn't have to because she's got two underneath her. The only boxes you have to make sure are 400 are the ones with 400 underneath. This one says executive, so it does not have to be at 400. They do have to be commission qualified, so that can be tricky. And again, there's people on this team that can help you figure that out and things like that. So there's your Ruby. Again, you are always pushing your volume down because you have to get these people to 400. And sometimes you're going to push it so far down, you're going to go right past Cindy and go down here. And it might seem silly to do. It is not. For you to promote, these boxes have to be 400. So at times it's a team effort to get them to 400. And that's okay because guess what? Then you're Ruby. So don't think of it necessarily as giving and you need something in return and blah, blah, blah. They owe you. No, this is team effort. This is you getting to the top. We all work together. So like I said, once you have the Ruby chart figured out, it just keeps getting more. You have to be Emerald. You have two rubies and then those two top lines. And again, the rubies and executives don't have the 400 underneath them, so they do not have to be your 400 box. Again, you just keep pushing down. You encourage people to push down because that's what you need. That's how you promote. And I'll just show you quick the diamond again. You just have an emerald on there and a ruby, and then you have three top lines. And again, that's just a quick overview because you can sit and talk charting forever. I love to work on charts, so if you're getting people and you have questions as to where to place them, message me. We can brainstorm for you to take over the world. In the comments below, I would love for you to place whatever, pick stuff over, place, you print off the chart you need. They're on eSuite. I hope you know where that's at. If you don't, shoot me a message. Print off the chart you need, fill it in with what you have. If you have executive and no DTs under you, that's fine. Print it off, post a selfie with your chart of where you want to, or what your current chart looks like. Can't wait to see them. Love you guys.